Hello and welcome to MCC TV International Show. My name is John David. I'm the Business Department Coordinator. I teach statistics, I teach economics, and also I'm the host for this show. You know, this is the first show or the first episode for this season. And as I walk into the studio, I was really amazed. I was really wow, saying just wow. Everybody needs to be here in the studio to see the huge difference that Chad Bishop is making to our studio here at MCC and as obviously the local channels here in Muscatine. So thank you, Chad, for producing this show. Thank you also for doing what I call the unbelievable things to this studio here and making it look very, very professional. As I always say, you know, our show is a special show because we bring special people to be our guests too. And today's show is no different. Today's show, we're bringing a father, a mother, and their daughter to tell their story with us and with all of you. So it is my honor to basically present to you Melita, Rita, and Melvin to this show. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How are you?
Good.
Doing great.
Excellent. We are very happy to have you with us today, and we're very happy to listen and hear Melita's story that you are planning to share with us and with all our audience. But first of all, I would like to ask each one of you to introduce yourself, please.
First, Melvin Duo, Melita died at immigrant for Liberia, West Africa.
I'm Melita mom. My name is Rita Beer, immigrant from West Africa, Liberia, but passed through Guinea before entering the United States.
And now Melita.
My name is Melita Duo. I was born in Africa, but then I came here.
You came here at a very, very young age, I assume, right?
I was 8 months old.
8 months old. So did you have a chance to go back and visit Liberia since? No. So, okay, so perhaps maybe in the future you will have a chance to go and visit the native country of your mom and dad. And also you. Well, we are here, first of all, to talk to you about a little bit about your home country, your native country, Liberia, what you do here in Muscatine, and then we switch gears and then we start talking about other issues too. So if you just share with us some information, some interesting information about Liberia would be really excellent start for the show.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor DB. As I said earlier, my name is Melvin. Melita died. Liberia is formed in West Africa. Excuse me. After 14 years of the Civil War, there was a help from the other countries who came to gaining Ivory Coast, and actually my wife and my daughter, they was taken to Guinea. Later, they were successful to travel to the United States today. And I left behind a little bit. But notwithstanding, we will come to that later, but Liberia is a very easier and good country that love every neighbor. We produce a good food and, a spicy food, but if I say good, you should know African food actually it's very spicy. So
Very spicy, yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to eat it, you should know how to eat it, and you should ice before eating it. If not so, you will be running in somewhere else. But however, we have some interesting thing like Liberia in West Africa is one of the oldest country that is 172 years old right now. We have some interesting thing like iron ore, which have 75% proof of iron ore. I think meaning countries always take that into consideration. They come for it and they carry it. Sometimes they share it with their own because they say according to their percentage it's less than ours. Besides that, we have some fruit that, when I've entered the United States since 3 years ago, I can see it in Walmart, in other stores. They call some as avocado, pear, cassava, and so on. The list go on. So Liberia is so exciting, and even today I'm here proud to be a Liberian. Thank you, Mr. John David.
I'm very happy to hear that, and I'm sure our audience are appreciating this information too. And we know that we do have a Liberian community here in Muscatine, and by dealing with you as a community, and based on my experience with you, I noticed that you are a very strong community in a sense that the family relation and the ties to each other is still very strong. Most probably is something you brought from back in your native country all the way here, and you'll continue to do that here. So is this something that you are trying to teach your kids, for example, and other people's kids, the same thing, so that they grow up learning your heritage and your culture?
Yeah, thank you so much. Even if when I enter in Muscatine, the first thing I was saying I'm excited is the diversity. Mm-hmm. Because you guys consider all of us to be like, we are one, we are the daughter of some of you people because we were a little bit colonized under the ACS. So you consider all. And the most important thing is many of the Liberians doesn't just say it, they work and also pay tax. So it's also an impact to help the United States government, with their infrastructure development. So I'm here today, and I'm very excited, as I said earlier, that the diversity that you guys brought among us, I'm very, I'm excited to it.
And it is very important because our diversity is what makes us very strong as a community, as a city, and as a nation. So we are very happy to have you also with us too. As we know that the purpose of the show is basically to ask Melita to tell her story to our audience and to talk to her about what she learned from her experience and to share that with our audience and with all of us too. So Melita, I want to go back to you. And can you tell us something about your story? When you started, for example, when you started to feel a little bit different, for example, what did you do? Was scary to you, for example, to know that, for example, you are diagnosed with cancer? It was a big thing for a kid. I assume it's not a simple thing to hear about that, let alone your parents, obviously. I'm sure it wasn't a very easy kind of news that you guys experienced. So let's start talking about your story. Tell us, how did you learn about it first? Who told you? What do you think your parents did then? To make sure that you are okay. And let's talk about the community, your schools. And I'm very interested to know about your schools. How did your classmates help you, your teachers, your principal, and so on? So let's talk about all that stuff.
Okay. I first learned about it. Well, I was a pretty smart kid, so I could hear my parents and the doctors talking and discussing, and then I could hear what was going on, what they were saying about me, and I understood some of it, not the overall all of it, mm-hmm. But then my mom told me later on what I had. I'm oh, I wasn't really scared. Mm-hmm. It was a bad feeling, but at the same time I was fine. Mm-hmm. Cause
And how old were you at that point when you learned about it?
7.
She was 7 years old. Okay. And I'm sure for 7 years old, no matter what, is still, it's for us as adults sometimes, a news like that can be a big shock, and it takes us forever to process that kind of information. So how did you handle that when you knew about it?
Well, I didn't like really cry or anything. I just I was calm about it mostly.
Okay. And
Actually,
how your parents reacted to that?
Really, she was diagnosed with that in 2015, June 26th on Friday. I take her to the emergency in Muscatine, Iowa, and the doctor told me that she have a mass, and I don't really know what it mass. So they asked me if they can take her to Iowa City. I was like, okay, but I start searching, researching, and I know that when you have a mass, it means that you either have cancer or different
That's what
type
we
of
think
cancer.
of
Yeah, that's
usually,
what I
yeah.
think of. That's
Yeah.
what just went into my mind. So after few hours, was in Iowa City, and then the doctor who was coming in, they was all hiding their badge, all that. So I asked the lady, I was like, why you hiding your ID, all that? She was like, because I don't want you to know that I'm a cancer doctor, because we are not tell you yet and you are very young. And I was feeling ready. I was like 14 going to 15 when I had her in West Africa, Guinea. I had her in the capital city of Guinea, Conakry. And I know what all I went through, and my dream was to raise her up for her to be the better person for me tomorrow. And I know in Africa, as a young age like that, to get pregnant, and a lot of people tell you a lot of stuff that you don't want to hear. And for you to come to United States, the great place where everybody want to come, and I'm here, and later they start telling me that the child is ill or that, I was kind of like so angry in my heart, but I didn't really put it outside, and I didn't show to her that I was angry or I was mad about it. But later they asked me if I can bring some family over, and most of the time during the situation, my family were always there. The Bia family, my dad, Moses Bia, all of the Muscatine Liberian community was always there for me, and especially my mom. I call that my mom because she sponsored us in most situations. Bonnie Reeve and her husband Paul Reeve, they attend Church of Christ, and also the member of Church of Christ. It was really
And
there
and
for us.
I assume it is formation like that can be really tough to
Yes.
process. Yeah, Melvin, you have
yeah, what I want to say is, first day I would say a great fight. A great
Yeah.
fight. When I say a great fight, what does that mean? There was a lot of things we went on
Yeah.
when you are diagnosed as a cancer patient, and when you don't know anything, you have no access on it. There are a lot of things. But in this particular devastation, we go through a lot. There was no job because at every movement you had to take her to the hospital just in case, just for common thing. So you don't have to work, you don't have any finance, you don't have to do anything. And under this particular devastation, she was there as a strong daughter, very little child, but she was very strong.
Yeah.
She don't really say anything. When you ask her, Melita, what can we do? Are you ready to take her? She said, yes, Daddy, I want to be free. And even under that, if we got to the hospital, anytime she laying down under that treatment, any drip whatsoever she honor, she always say, Daddy, when am I going home? I want to go to school. I want to go to school. So I was so proud of her, and I was really on her back because she always come to school first. So I wanted for her to be safe, which of course her mom too were there. We all were working in collaboration, and within days there was a lot of individual schools, international NGOs, company that help us to in the situation, because at time reaches there can be no gas in the car to even go for food and eat. At time reaches there is no food for us to eat, but yet and still we have to save for her to be safe. So we have like a mechanic school in Muscatine School District. While she was going there, they used to help her do something like $50 gas card, something like after every 2 months, $75 gas card, something like after 2 months again, another, $100 gas card. And besides that, we have an international organization they call Make-A-Wish. Make-A-Wish took her from here to travel to Florida, to show her those places just to make her happy so she can focus and take her treatment at the appropriate time. So for us to be safe. So it's like they were there to, encouraging her so she can be safe. And then from Make-A-Wish too, we have another NGO they call Dance Maritime. Dance Maritime too were there, taking her to those various camps, giving her like, after 3 months, they gave her like 150 gas card. At a time, all parents, all of them swap away, because what they understand in the African way is if you are, encounter, or if you notice that somebody is diagnosed with cancer, if you go to visit this person, or if you go to even touch this person, you will also be diagnosed with cancer. So many of them, they drag away, they start feeding, misery, feeding a little bit like different on the family. But yet instead, we don't feed, like getting away from our daughter. We don't think like, I don't even, actually, when I get to America later, I don't feel that she even diagnosed her cancer, because I have the great faith with God in heaven that she's going to get healed from it. If she has something, then if it is anything, it may affect me. So I had to make sure for her to be safe. So there were a lot of things we went through, but we just praise God. And at this stage, she has been pronounced cancer-free. So I just want to give the first thanks to the entire American society, and to be more specific, to come to the University of Iowa Hospital and Clinic Cancer in Iowa City, and also to come back to Muscatine, our council, our city council, our members, and all Christian community in Muscatine, to get a very big thing, because without them, or it wouldn't have been them, we wouldn't have been sitting at this stage discussing this issue. Yeah. So I'm very grateful that I'm excited to even sit here today, and a very big one too to you as organizing this team, bringing us here to explain our story. Yeah. Nevertheless, on this particular story, she come out after she had been pronounced free. She came to me. She said, "Dali, when I was on this treatment, there was a lot of people came to speak to me. I see my nurses coming to me with food. I see other people, giving her gas card. What can we do as giving back to the other kids that I saw? Because through this problem, there are many people we met them there, and we still left them there too. When we leaving, they start crying if it were their time. So what can we do to help people in the same situation?" So when she asked this question, it was a very big question for me as a dad. So I decided to tell her, Melita, how do you get that question from? But just give me a little time, I'm going to answer your question. She said, what does it mean? I said, no, just give me a little time. So when I went, I do a little bit, like searching, checking. I was that question what the guy asked is a very big one. Like, I can just go to work and get a 500 check. If I donate a 500 check, the doctor who even gave the first prescription, his or her pay, it cannot even require this 500. So that is, I'm just in a working class, but I don't have money. So what I decided to do, I tried to call her mom. I said, Mommy, this is why your daughter asked. What can we do to give back to the other kid who in the same situation? So from one thing to another, we started discussing. She came up, she said, okay, what we can do, we all decided to say, okay, what we can do is let us fund a little organization and ask for donation. And then when we receive this donation, we are going to give back to the cancer children too at the Liberian hospital. Not only at the Liberian hospital, because even the first doctor who diagnosed her when they carried her to Iowa City, it was a cancer doctor from Dr. Texas. Mm-hmm. So those places, you need to visit there so she can see what they do on cancer patients, because on her treatment, she may not recall all.
Yes.
For what, they take to her, only we see some, and there was no way to say we're going to take picture of it, because when you get there, all your camera had to be off and other stuff, because it was a very technical work when it comes to science. So, coming to that, the gravestone, we found it. She had a Greystone International Charity. She asking the entire world today, whether Muscatine, out of Muscatine, the entire American individual, international NGO, companies, donors, anywhere, everywhere, so they can come on our aid to help the organization. The organization is exempt deductible. So if you can donate to the organization, so we can be able to help the other kids. She has started a. We first have a little girl too in Cedar Rapids. She was diagnosed as breast cancer. We gave some donation there, but it was less. And now she has decided to visit this particular University of Iowa on Thanksgiving to give another donation to some kids. So now we are asking the entire American, international, worldwide, so they can come on our aid to help with this organization to improve, because we don't have money to do all of these things, but we have to give back to the people because she is sick.
Okay. Well, it is an amazing story, and I'm very happy to see you here with us. Obviously, what you went through for a kid is not an easy thing. Obviously, your parents, what they went through also because of that, also it's not an easy thing. And I assume we do have some pictures that our producer, Chad Bishop, will start rolling soon. And as we see the pictures, if we can just perhaps maybe say a couple things about each picture. And here, I see the first one here. So if we can briefly talk about each picture, would be great too.
Yeah, that's Melita and her grandma. That's my mom.
Uh-huh.
She been there. She like a second mom to Melita. She always there, even when I want her in the night or need her in the middle of the night. She always there. Like in a hospital, it's very, very hard for others to come when you call them. They're sometimes scared because they feel that they're going to be diagnosed with the same thing. Everybody stay away, but my mom, she never.
Was always
she
there.
Was always there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, that is part of that. Okay, what do we see here?
Yeah, the next picture you see over there is sound amazing, because when you see that particular sound, that is there's something great coming after. That picture we took when we got to the hospital, and Dr. Morton came out to say, few months from now, in fact, the next appointment time, Melita will be diagnosed cancer-free. So the parents too got together, they were so excited with including Melita. So everybody was just, sharing, hugging each other.
Very happy news.
Very
happy news. Okay. Yeah. Wow. That's that story. Okay. Here is the third pictures here. So what are we looking at here?
That's Mrs. Reed, the sponsor for us, and also one of the board members for Greystone International Charity. This lady, she's not just a sponsor. She like a mom to me. She like a mom to my husband. She like a mom to my family. She's always there. She and her husband, they are always there. She loves my kids, and every time like Christmas, any holiday, she always bring them gift. So I'm just so happy to meet somebody like that in America. I just don't even know what to tell her. I always call her mom, because in our tradition we don't call older person by their real name. We call them either auntie or mom. But first time she was kind of confused why I have to call her mom. When I explained that to her, she was like, okay, I'm your mom. So she's one of the stronghold for my family.
Perfect.
She's Miss Bonnie Reeve.
Okay. What are we seeing here? Now
that-
you're gonna be talking about this picture, right?
that was, I don't know. Actually, I don't remember which grade it was, but that's our choir concert.
In school choir
Yes.
concert. Oh, okay.
I think that's McKinley. Yeah, I think that's our McKinley choir concert.
I attend that McKinley choir concert almost, I would say every year, not almost, because my kids goes to McKinley. They have an amazing staff, teachers, and principal. So it's like you feel you are really part of the family.
Yeah.
Thank you. So what are we seeing here?
Okay, that's me. The reason of me sending the photo was I just want for the whole world to know, as a mom, you have to be there for your kid.
Yes.
When I saw my daughter going through this problem, I was disturbed with a lot of things in my mind. So, and cancer, when you have cancer, they either your hair or they have to shave your hair out for you to be able to go through the chemotherapy.
Yes.
So the first day they told me that I have to cut her hair from her hair, I was like, okay, this is so I don't know how to say it, but my daughter, since she was born, I never put scissors in her hair. So when I told her that I'm going to shave your hair, she was like, no, I'm not going to shave my hair. So the best thing to do to convince her to do that, because I have faith that she's going to be better, she's going to be cancer-free one day, is if I cut my hair, she will be there. I'm having fun. So I cut my hair, and when I cut my hair, she was like, okay, Mommy, I'm going to cut my hair because you look so beautiful in this photo. I was like, okay, you can do it now. So that's why I gave her that to cut her hair.
Perfect. And I saw, I think, pictures where
While she was jogging.
you were jogging or running.
The
Yeah.
business she was jogging is it happened once when we went to University.
Oh,
of
here,
Iowa.
I see
That's
that.
picture right there.
Yeah.
So when we went to University of Iowa, the doctor said she gave me more weight, so she needs some little bit exercise, and some food. So when we came back, I took her to the gym, and right after when I went to drop her in the morning at the school, so I told the school that she need, if they had some play there, like exercise, like gym, so she need to be part of it, so she can take exercise to lose a little bit weight. So that's why you see over there it was at the school.
Just looking at those pictures, and I'm sure, hopefully our audience, I'm sure, will appreciate, sharing all these pictures with them too, and while you are telling the story. I cannot help it but to say that, yes, sometimes we might go through certain situations that might be a tough situation, might be a difficult situation, but guess what? It's the most important thing is the ending, and we do have definitely a very happy ending. We have Melita in
Yes.
front of us, and she's cancer-free, and this is definitely the most important thing. And I see more pictures coming here. If we just roll those pictures a little bit, maybe. Faster, so just to keep like the time and the topic going. But those are an amazing. I mean, look at this one.
That's what in Florida.
Yeah.
That was Make a Wish.
When
Yes.
to have that privilege to go see to go see
Disney World.
Disney
Disney,
World.
yeah.
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 That's where when we enter to Florida, that's our house.
Gift cake the wall.
Yeah, we live to give kid the war. So we first take that picture to make the history, because I just want to tell the whole Iowa, the citizen of Iowa, a big thanks, a big shout out to them, because if it were not them, we won't be sitting here today.
Yes. Yes.
I just want to tell them thank you. And Iowa is a great place to live. If you want to raise a family, this is a great place to live.
Definitely.
Because they show to people that you are home.
Yes, yes, yeah, and that is very important. That is
Yeah.
very important. It's just like That's why I say, like, we do have a community that cares.
All right,
Yeah.
that's picture you're seeing over there is when she bent her nose and she went on a surgery. So after the surgery, they put out that little cloth. So as you can see, when somebody is diagnosed or sick, when you go to the hospital, they always give you the cloth to be like, discretion.
Yeah.
So that's the photo over there after her surgery, and she tried to take a meal.
Yeah. Well, Melita, I want to ask you, how are you at school now?
I'm actually doing pretty well.
I think I know that you are well involved. Tell us about some of your involvement.
I did volleyball, but volleyball season's now over. I'm doing basketball. I'm also in choir. I'm planning on doing show choir. And I don't know if there's any other sports I'm gonna do yet, but
So you keep yourself very active, right?
yes.
And very busy too.
Yep.
Oh, wow. So what do you do for fun besides that school stuff?
I hang out with my friends and my cousins.
That's great. That is great.
I
Yeah.
like to watch movies.
Watch movies. That's what I want to say. Like, because
Yeah.
that's a normal thing to hear from, from usually kids. I want to, yeah, 'cause, that's what I call you. As I call my sons, the same thing, kids. They love to watch videos and movies and so on. That is very nice. Tell me, what do you like to do in the future?
Actually, I don't know yet. All I know is that I just want to have my own company
Okay.
and have a lot of money. And some of the money I planning on using it to build an orphanage.
Excellent. Wow, 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 wow. I want to tell you something. You are an amazing person. I just want you to know that, right? And we're very lucky to have you. As I always say, you bring the best and special guests to this show to share their stories with us. The most important thing that we definitely have a very happy story, a story that started perhaps with some problems, issues, I'm sure some pain too, and tears, but it ended to be a happy story. So as I always say, our show is here and well available to share those stories with our community. If you have any question and or comment, or if you have any idea for any story, please call me at 563-288-6064, or you can email me at jdebate@eicc.edu. Till next time, Muscatine, bye-bye.